This is a mental video, and in it, we'll talk about how the answer to a simple question can transform how you grow as a player. So the question is Smash a good game? Now, obviously, I'm talking about Smash 64 here, so let's get that out of the way. Is Smash a good game? You might say no, in which case this video may still be useful to you, but for ways other than what I intended. But if you're like me, you think that Smash is a good game. And now, before I talk about why this can give you a mental edge, I'd like to just briefly talk about a few reasons why I think Smash is a good game. First off, I can crush casuals. If you put player skill on a single axis, I'd be way ahead of most players, and it feels good to be rewarded for putting so much time into the game. But actually, there are people who can crush me still, and I think that this is frustrating for a lot of players. But really, it should be proof that you found a great game. The fact that there are so many different granularities in terms of skill means there's high skill expression in the game. And so I think one reason Smash is a good game is that it is deep. Second thing I'd like to bring up is that Smash doesn't have patch notes. Now on the surface, patch notes seem like they're really good for the game. You can help balance things out and have new characters come into the meta. But really, having patch notes just lets you avoid having to learn the deep parts of the game. I don't have to learn how to play around Kirby's up tilt if I know it's going to get patched in a week. Smash without patches is much more interesting, because I know the game is never going to change. Any minute detail that I learn and master, I'll be able to use for the rest of my time playing. If I play against somebody with 10 years of experience, I'm playing against all of those 10 years of knowledge. And so the second reason I think Smash is great is because we are allowed to explore the depth of the game because it never changes. That brings me to my last reason before we get into mental, which is that as player skill increases, the relative strength of the characters changes drastically. This means that your experience playing certain characters and matchups will change as you increase in skill and your opponents increase in skill as well. So this brings us to our current tier list, which itself is a bit contentious. And 64 famously doesn't even have any matchup charts, because they would be obsolete so quickly with regional differences and new strategies coming into play. So the third reason I think Smash is a great game is because it's constantly evolving, despite it actually staying the same. So when I ask myself, is Smash a good game? My answer is yes. But despite this, at least once per session, something will happen which will make me say, that was dumb. And there's nothing wrong with thinking that, but at this point we have sort of two paths we can go down. The first path is we can get angry and we can say things like, wow, this game is so broken, or there's nothing I can even do against that, it's such a broken strategy. This character is really OP and I don't get why people even play high tiers. All of these reactions are pessimistic, the worldview that things are always going to be the way that they are and how they are is bad. But there's another path. We can instead shift the blame onto something that we have control of, by saying, man, my opponent is doing something, I should be punishing them for that, it's so obvious. Or, wow, I really did not think that attack would hit. Maybe you get caught in a combo and your DI was wrong, or you think, my overall game plan could use work. The distinction here is extremely important. The pessimistic worldview on the left blames the static world which it perceives for its own discomfort. But the optimistic worldview on the right looks for ways to bring about the change that it knows is possible. And so the question that we began with is all important. Is Smash a good game? Because if it is, then you cannot have the pessimistic worldview which says that the world, or in this case Smash, is to blame for the bad things that happen. Instead, we must embrace the optimistic worldview, at least for Smash, which says that we overcome challenges by changing ourselves for the better. If we look at these reactions individually, we can clearly see actionable items here, where we have a micro game plan for a specific situation, increased game knowledge, a new theory to test about a specific situation, and an overall strategy that we have as a macro game plan. So now these frustrations that we all face get turned from annoying things which put us in a bad mood and make us think about this stupid matchup into these optimistic, future-looking moments to improve ourselves. Now, of course, this is easier said than done, but it all hinges on the question that we started with. Because if you think Smash is not a good game, then that leaves you powerless and frustrated when bad things happen. But if you think Smash is a good game, then you're in control and you have satisfaction when you perform well. So is Smash a good game? I say yes, and I think you'll be happier if you do too.